Hello, my name is Lynn Clark. Thank you for hearing us today. I have lived in Burrillville all of my life and have owned a house on Wallen Lake Road since 1992. In your draft advisory opinion, it is stated that residents are already being impacted by the noise of the Algonquin compressor station, which we are. The compressor station was not an issue until recent upgrades and expansions. In fact, they are in the process of trying to get FERC to approve another expansion. The addition of Invenergy's frac gas diesel burning power plant will expand the noise range as well as the dBAs. These power companies are converting our rural natural habitat into an industrial power plant dump. We listened to the experts. We listen to the experts try to convince us that Invenergy will do their best to stay below the ordinance, even though they admit they've never ever seen or heard it done before. There will be a 3-year construction phase that will absolutely disrupt our lives as well as all the wildlife in the area. Then, once in operation, we will have to endure the added noise annoyance of this power plant along with the compressor station. In addition, the startup and shutdown operations will totally exceed all dBA ordinances with explosive noises from the turbines as they heat and cool, primarily at 5 a.m. and 11 p.m., lasting as long as an hour and a half. There are many discrepancies in Invenergy's application on noise. Your advisory that recommends Invenergy, if it's built, to work with Algonquin to minimize impacts on us is just not strong enough. Who will hold them accountable? Will they get shut down if they can't hold true to their promises? No, they will pay the fine and carry on as we deal with having our quality of life and our health being impacted. Water is another major issue for us. Our entire town depends on the groundwater and our aquifer. No one can predict water shortages, and our lives depend on water. Our water sources need to be protected. If Invenergy builds their power plant, there will not be enough water for growth in Burrillville. Again, there are discrepancies in their calculations in the application. They did not consider the growth of the surrounding communities that also depends on the Clear River subbasin. There are already housing developments, upwards of 75 homes being built in Pasco alone. We cannot list the availability of clean potable water for industrialization. If Clear River becomes tainted, it will go right down to the Branch River, then into the Blackstone River, and on to the bay. It is not only the health of Burrillville at risk, it could impact our whole state. As far as air quality and pollution goes, just the fact that Invenergy requires a permit as a major source of pollution tells you the power plant does not belong in our state forest. This is an area that is known for clean air, nature, and outdoor recreation. There are state and local campgrounds as well as state parks and waterways. This power plant will destroy this environment forever and cost the region a great deal more than the loss of outdoor recreation such as fishing, hiking, and camping in the area. In essence, it will destroy the nature of the rural northwest corner of Rhode Island. How can we live with that? This will absolutely result in adverse health impacts to our region and make it impossible for Rhode Island to meet the requirements for the Resilient Rhode Island Act of 2014. Also, more data is coming out every day about the pollution from methane that is escaping along the gas line. If we add the Algonquin pipeline and compressor station with Invenergy's air pollution, we are setting ourselves up for health hazards. The Algonquin compressor station already performs periodical pressurized gas blow-offs that goes right into our air. In addition, we have Ocean State Power within the 5-mile radius. This region already has a high rate of cancer. Please consider all the risks in your advisory to the EFSB. I am a volunteer with the American Cancer Society. I plan Relay for Life every year in our community. We raise $30,000 to $40,000 each year to fight cancer. This is because we have all been impacted by this disease in some way. We don't need another power plant to come into town to risk our health anymore. Another major concern is what happens if an Invenergy has to run on diesel oil due to lack of natural gas. They claim to only need to burn oil 60 days per year in the winter. But what if there is a disruption of natural gas during the summer months? They will need 3 times the amount of water to cool the plant, and we will have diesel oil trucks running our roads constantly with added emissions to the increased emissions. Wallam Lake Road is a very hazardous road for travel. There are major accidents on the corner my house sits on quite often. People drive on this road and misjudge the corners. I watch my rearview mirror and hold my breath now when turning into my driveway. How will a tractor-trailer truck loaded with hazardous fuels manage these situations? If a truck loses its load on my corner, they will land right into the Wilson's Reservoir. As far as a hazmat response team, we have a volunteer fire department, and our closest hazmat response comes from Providence, which is 40 minutes away. As you stated in your draft advisory, climate change needs to be considered, and it is imperative that we examine alternative energy resources. The people of Burrillville should not be dumped on by the natural gas energy companies anymore. We have done more than our part in electric generation. The energy produced by this frack gas power plant is surplus energy, and it will be of no benefit to us. Thank you.